Hey, Doc Bean here, and welcome back for Bleach Chapter 6. This is 615. Bleach Chapter 652. I always forget how I remember starting the recording. And Jesus, this is good. This is a really good chapter. It's the best one so far this year, probably in the past 2 years. So it starts off with Askin just kind of like laying down, just looking up like the destruction of like Chad punched the bridge, like that whole thing. He's saying, sigh, unbelievable, here I am, unable to move even an inch to escape, but I still don't die. Which, a lot of characters who can't die just sort of start going like emo, like purposely trying to die when they have powers like this. But Askin, it just seems more like an inconvenience for him that he can't. So, yeah. But he just kind of says that, like, it's quite a feat that Yoruichi can still, like, be, like, she was hit with, like, apparently a lot of poison. And he's just kind of, like, saying, like, it's quite impressive that you can still stand after being hit with my reishi oxygen nitrogen hybrid gift ball. So the reishi thing is basically, like, the same thing he did, like, Ichigo, Grim, and Grim Jiao, Chad, I guess if you count them as people hitting. But then he also took it a step further, because, which one is it? Nitrogen and oxygen, obviously. Can you see that? Hang on, give me a sec. Sorry, my neighbors are just really loud. Yeah, well, not just grabbing the engine. So he's basically turning not only the reishi, which is basically everywhere around them and where they are, well, anywhere they are ever, and the oxygen, the stuff that they're breathing, into poison. So they're basically going to die no matter what. Like, they're constantly always going to be dying. And Yoruichi just kind of like looks over at Yuichiro. I think it's Yuichiro. Yeah. And he's just like laying there, just like bleeding out the mouth, like not moving. His eyes are like widened out. And she states to Yobi's like, oh well, he's not gonna last much longer. So Askin just basically says that it's cancer. So Askin just basically says it's useless because he just kind of like strolled up to her and knelt down. She didn't even notice until he was like directly in front of her, and he says, "There's no point in fighting anymore, since considering that your senses are like down so much that you didn't even notice me waltz up to you." And then that's when Kisuke disappears behind her and says, "Man, it looks like you just got a bunch of bad stuff shoved right up your butt." And he kind of just like pats her on the nose. And she kicks him, but it's like probably not like a full power kick, because I would have just like blown his jaw off. Sorry, I have to pick it up, yeah. And he just kind of says, "Wow, after I came all this way to save you, just knocked my jaw out." He said, like, yeah, obviously, like, wording wasn't the best, so I guess I kind of deserved it. And Askin just kind of, like, goes, like, he knows who Kisuke is, because who doesn't? And he's just like, "Oh, you know me? Why would that be?" And Askin just kind of tells him that because he's one of the 5 war potentials, and that's just kind of like when he kind of like starts like backing off, and like sand comes off of Yoruichi's butt, which this chapter is just full of. I don't know if I've seen these pictures twice. But like the moment his hand comes off, Yoruichi just brings it to the air like a rocket. And then we get like more on like who the 5 war potentials are. Ichigo for the lane talent, because like it's kind of weird that a guy who, after only training for like a little over a month, could then start taking on lieutenant and captain level Soul Reapers, and then continue to grow and be able to take on Aizen. That's basically what he's saying, like the latent potential, kind of like Gohan, you know. And then Kenpachi, just because Kenpachi, that's the only explanation you need. Ichibei for his wisdom, which I kind of feel is undeserved considering he was too stupid. He used that finisher move he used against Yuha at the very beginning, and he just waited it out until like a last resort. Yeah. Aizen for his Ryatsu, because, you know, he can just fire that thing up and apparently take down the Soul Palace. The only reason it was stopped is because we already put a tapper, like a case, download it twice. He like made sure that it couldn't go out that far. And Kisuke Urahara for his unknown means basically meaning like his strategies, like that whole thing, like how he gets stuff done. Because I'm trying to think, like basically if he's involved, it will go his way. Like even if he does, like even if even if he does lose, he'll still find a way to get things to go his way. Like the whole Ichigo and Aizen thing, he still lost. He lost the battle, but he still ended up winning the overall war with the whole like triple nail Aizen into the ground seal thing. And he's basically like saying, like, no matter how many schemes and plots we have, Kisuke Urahara will be able to figure out like what they are and how to get around them. And that's when we get the title page. Just let it linger, just let everyone enjoy it. You know, I'm sitting here wondering what Kubo was thinking when he put that there. Was just thinking like, man, you can just not see enough of that booty though. So, you know, it's just like God of Thunder just stamped her. Also, kind of like, I mean, unless she's not wearing underwear, she's probably not wearing any like panties, like whatever. But like, her uniform is just like riding really, really, really uncomfortably up her butt. Is that just so you can see like all of it? Well, as like much as actually possible to see in Shonen Jump. And Yoruichi. I'm just having like the worst day ever. I'm really hurt because I fell down earlier. I'm just a whiner, sorry. And she's basically just like asking Kisuke, like, what did you put in me? He's like, oh, it's a little secret. And he's looking and saying like, oh, I had to like do it like really quick, so it's not gonna last very long. It's only gonna last 5 minutes. And she's just kind of saying that's plenty of time, even though pretty sure you, your brother, Ichigo, and Grimjow were all taken down by this guy in like 15 minutes, maybe. I'd say it's like 15 minutes, like trying to like plot this out 15 minutes, I'd give that. And so she like turns down and starts doing like the Shunko, she basically starts doing like the Thunder God attack thing. Even though at this point, she's basically just acting like Yushiro, where he explicitly says, you can't hurt me with that, but she's going to try and do it again anyways, for no reason whatsoever. I mean, it's not going to work, it's just going to be a waste of Reishi, Yatsu, spirit energy, whatever you call it. And Kisuke just kind of comes up and like grabs her, just like, wait, come on, let's do it. Obviously not sex, but you know, it's what everyone thought when they first read that. But she's just like, no, I'm never turning into that degrading, disgusting form again. And Kisuke is just like, oh, that kind of sucks. I guess I'll just have to like give you a little push. That's when like one of Asuka's arrows just kind of comes up in between them. I have that one downloaded twice too. Like, I wonder why I have so many. It's probably because I download every freaking page of manga twice on accident. It's just kind of like, oh crap, I missed what it. it's really tiny, but from this panel, it kind of looks like he did a spirit gun, because he's basically just like doing this. So yeah, and Yoruichi just kind of like flies past him, starts punching really fast, but like she's not back to full because she just got over being poisoned, which I don't know if anyone out there's been poisoned before, but you really don't get over it that quickly, even if with like the best antidote, you're still going to not be at 100%. And so he just kind of like decks her in the gut. She falls down, we get another picture of the booty. And then we just see like Keisuke like way far off in the distance with that like stupid grin on his face. He's holding like a sign that says, "As soon as I peel it off, you'll transform." And she just gives him like the death look, like, "Keisuke, if you peel that off, I'm gonna shove a Shunko Rajan Senkai down your throat." But then he starts peeling it off, and then just probably electricity reishi, like with Yamamoto, Big Yama. When he went Bankai, when he went into it, like the reishi looked like fire. So this is basically probably just like reishi thunder. And it's a pretty big explosion. Like, you can see it from like way far. Like, I'll put a picture up, obviously. I shouldn't waste time explaining it. And like Blast asking back, and then we get Thundercats. First Attack on Titan, then Thundercats. Man, I wonder what we're gonna get next. Huh. Should be something with Legos, like the Lego movie. I don't know why, that's just the first thing I thought of when what else could we kind of like put in there. I mean, I know that these aren't like, oh yeah, the Geralds from Attack on Titan, like that was just like a joke, but yeah, that's what I first thought of. And it kind of looks like the thing that was in Yoruichi's butt, like the thing that I like covering all the more inappropriate adult things, is like gone. Because like there's a tail there, but like her complete like back, like everything there is just gone. So did that disappear too? I mean, whatever it is. But yeah, so she's basically now she's a Thundercat. Like she got like thunder paws, the thunder, which actually looks really weird because like it looks like the tongue is like made out of thunder, but even though it's just like her tongue and then there's like thunder coming off it. She's got like the thunder ears back, which it more explained what she looked like last time we saw her. Saw it. And this is probably going back to like the whole like werecat thing, because like wasn't it? Yeah, then turn back to the pendulum when we pendulum. I forgot how you said that word. I'm pretty sure it's pendulum. I forget a lot of stuff in all my report. Pendulum, because Byakuya called her a werecat, and he still calls her that. So this is probably what he's talking about when he says that. Because like before, werewolves are like a half man, half wolf hybrid, not just like turning completely into one. That's not what that is. This is turning into a pretty close fusion between the both. If he's like, it looks like it's part of her, but it's also thunder, which makes it look pretty cool. Yeah, but probably like she probably hasn't turned into it like for a long time, obviously. But she probably had to use it like a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. And that's where like her being a werecat came from everybody, is the fact that she turns into this thing. And I'm guessing the reason she probably doesn't want to turn into it is because like, it's kind of like she can't control herself. Like her personality will probably change. I'm guessing that that's where this is going. If not, then I don't really understand, unless it is that it takes away the 2 parts that cover down low. Yeah, that's the end of the chapter. This was a good one. Have a good day, and see you next time.